What's going on, everybody? Josh Engelman here for oddshopper.com, back again with the prize picks for Friday, April 14th. Make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, and following me on Twitter because we're on a bit of a run. 10-3 in our last 13 picks, including a perfect 3-0 last time out. And let's be clear here. You can see it on the screen. We didn't just sneak over the line. The line was 14.5 for Caruso. He hung 32. The line was 37 for Josh Giddey. He dropped 54. The line was 25 for Herb Jones. He dropped 37. We blew these lines out of the water. Absolutely crushed it. I hope you were around for it. 3 more plays for today. Let's go. First up, it's going to be NIKOLA VUCEVIC. We're going over 34.5 fantasy points. I got him at 41.5. I want to be very clear here. There's no chance this lasts at 34.5. There's no way it's not going up. It makes absolutely no sense. This implies that NIKOLA VUCEVIC is below a fantasy point per minute in this matchup because he's not projected for 34.5 minutes. It's clearly going to be more. 37, 38, 39. If they lose this game, they're going home. They're not trying to play Andre Drummond and Derek Jones more minutes today. I don't understand how 34.5 exists. It's one of the worst lines I've ever seen. It'll probably go to 35.5 if I had to guess. I will still love it at that point, but it is criminally low. Get Vooch now as fast as you can. This line makes no sense. What does make sense, though, is Chalkboard. You see it on the banner at the top of the screen. We're trying to put together a community in the PrizePicks sports betting space. This is an app that you can download, Apple, Android, completely free. We're just hanging out, chopping it up, talking about bets, tailing bets. This thing will track all of your bets. You can link your sports books, you can link your PrizePicks to it, and it'll track everything that you're doing. But honestly, this is a chat, it's a community, and it's totally free. We do a lot of giveaways there too, so come hang out with us. Links in the description. All right, next one up is going to be an under, and that's going to be under 35.5 fantasy points for Kyle Anderson. I got him slightly under this number, and I have him projected about as well as I can expect for today. We're getting Gobert back, or at least I assume we're getting Gobert back. Similar story for Karl Anthony Towns. And I do think that we're going to get a lot of minutes out of Kyle Anderson with no McDaniels here. He's definitely not playing with that broken hand, but there's a path where Kyle Anderson doesn't have to play 38 minutes here. He can play 32 and they play Taurean Prince 28 or so if things are going well. They've got more options now that it's everybody but McDaniels. Now, on the off chance that Gobert is still out, this becomes a little bit more problematic and I'm not going to be as excited about it. But assuming everybody is in, I think this line is just a little bit too high. You need the perfect scenario for Kyle Anderson. And I do think that there are some limiting factors that can get him off the floor for just a couple minutes. Nothing too crazy, but 38 doesn't have to be the minutes he plays. And if he plays 34, you're going to feel really good about this one. And finally, we're closing it out, going over 6 rebounds for Jalen Williams with a Y. This is the center version for OKC. We saw him play major minutes in the first game, and I think that's going to be the goal again here in game 2, or game 2, whatever you want to call it, the second game of the play-in. In this spot against Minnesota with Towns, with Gobert, they need a center presence. He's just got to stay out of foul trouble. But during this season, he averaged 5 rebounds every 19 minutes. Like that, those were just his baseline averages. You should not be projecting Jalen Williams to play 19 minutes today. I think he's live for like 26. I think he can get all the way up over 30 so long as he doesn't get into any major foul trouble. He's going to project well north of 6 rebounds if he's already at 5 in 19 minutes. This isn't like, it's just a little bit too low. It's projecting him as if he's playing like regular season minutes. This is a win or go home game. If they don't get this done, they don't play anymore. So as long as he can be out there, he's going to go over 6 rebounds by default. Not to mention, the Minnesota Timberwolves are 26th in offensive rebounding, which honestly is kind of crazy if you think about this team. But if they're not able to get offensive rebounds, that means they're getting defensive rebounds. And if that's the case, I think it's going to be even easier for Jalen Williams. So I love the matchup, but he's not getting represented correctly in playing time. Take him over 6 boards. There we go, folks. Picks are in. Vooch over. Get it as fast as you can. Kyle Anderson under. Jalen Williams over 6 boards. Those are the 3 plays for today. Let's keep the hot streak going. We're going 3-0 again tonight, baby. It's going to be a fun one. Back again on Sunday morning. Let's do this stuff.